But listen, guys, before we get to our main topics today, there's a little bit of an off-the-top thing here. Fandango, the giant online ticket seller, put out a press release making this announcement that Captain Marvel, their tickets not only went on sale, but that Captain Marvel is the third fastest ticket sales they've had for any MCU movie, only beaten out by, and you can guess what they are, Avengers Infinity War and Black Panther. Those are the only two that this one actually got beat out by. And now look, there's something very important to point out here. Number one, you can't read too much into it. And on the one hand, you can't read too much into that fact and figure because we are living in an era right now of exponential growth when it comes to online ticketing. For a very long time, we lived in an era where if you wanted to go to the movies and you wanted to buy tickets to something, what you had to do was you had to drive to the movie theater, go stand in line and buy your tickets. Even with kiosks today, right? Like the AMC Burbank 16, they have those automated kiosks there. Even with automated kiosks, it never ceases to amaze me. When I go to the AMC Burbank 16, the biggest line is still at the box office. It's still where people go and manually buy their tickets.
Right.
And you only see a couple people walking up and scanning their tickets that they bought online or even using the kiosk. But we are in an era right now of exponential growth where more and more, every single month, more and more people are cluing into buying their tickets in advance and online. What that basically means is that it is understandable that as we move forward in this period of time we're in right now, that we're going to see more people buying tickets online. Is it impressive that Captain Marvel is the third fastest ticket-selling MCU movie of all time? Yes, it's impressive. I'm not trying to downplay that. I'm just saying, put a little asterisk beside it, that we are in a period of exponential growth with people buying their tickets online. So it's a little bit to be expected. But still, Robert, not a bad sign for something like Captain Marvel.
Well, no, I mean, I think, look, they do this to gauge public interest. You know, and the reason they started selling these tickets so early was to see, well, okay, how much interest is there in Captain Marvel? This is a new franchise. There's a lot riding on this. It's their first female-led superhero film.
Right.
You know, is the fan base going to embrace this character? Is there the anticipation for this character? They've gone all in because, of course, she's a big part of Endgame.
Right.
So I think this bodes well for both the success of Captain Marvel and for the MCU going forward after Endgame, because they're creating new characters, which is what they have to do. They can't just keep contracts are up. They've got to create new excitement amongst the audience for these new characters, and I think this really bodes well for Phase 4 and beyond.
Absolutely does. And at least even though I'm saying you need to put that asterisk beside it, it still does speak to the fact that the general movie-going audience is more excited about seeing this movie than I think a lot of us have been giving them credit for.
Absolutely.
And we're just going to have to see how... Now, I'm still sticking with my belief that Captain Marvel is going to come closer to the Ant-Man realm of box office results than, say, the Black Panther realm of box office results. But either way, it's going to be strong. It's going to be strong.
You know, and I think the people that say that the trailer, we live in this echo chamber.
Yes,
in our
we
social
do.
media, all we're hearing about is people, geeks like ourselves, that are following this stuff. It's all that chatter. But we forget there's an entire universe of people out there. There's girls that aren't on the online talking about movies all day long that want to see a female-led superhero movie. They came to Wonder Woman. They have been underserved as an audience. Now they're getting Captain Marvel. Don't underestimate the power of people that aren't chattering all day long on the internet.
Yeah, we keep trying to emphasize to people that those of us who live in this online movie fandom sphere, we must keep in mind we are the minority.
Right.
The majority of the average movie-going audience isn't part of our echo chamber. I like the way you put that. And I think it seems like there is a bigger interest in this movie than maybe we thought. But again, still, I don't think we're looking at Black Panther numbers.
No.
I think we're more looking at Ant-Man and the Wasp numbers, which is still pretty strong.
Right.